Okay, I'm back, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about melanin. I think melanin is a really interesting compound. It is responsible for the wide variety of colors that human beings come in, from fairly fair to dark, and everything in between. Okay, so let's get started. So, melanin is a couple things. It's not one molecule, it's a group of natural pigments that we find in the hair, skin, eyes, and even the brain. And then there's two types of melanin, really two major types. There's eumelanin and then pheomelanin. Eumelanin is the most common in skin and hair, and pheomelanin is common in hair, fairly common in skin, but not nearly as much as eumelanin. They're also polymers. So I have a little diagram right here. As you can see, I circled these arrows, and these arrows are basically connection points where one of these molecules can connect to another one. So here I have written, you have E for eumelanin, right? We have one eumelanin that can attach to this structure. Then you have another one that can attach to that, and another one, and it just goes on and on and on. It's really like connecting Legos, right? You have one Lego and you can stack another one on top and stack another one and put one on the side. That's how polymers are. And these compounds exist as polymers. So you're not going to find one isolated just floating around. They're all going to be like a group of them. And they all have different points of connection, but they exist in this network, which is very interesting. So let's talk about the specifics of eumelanin and pheomelanin. So eumelanin is present, like I said, mostly in skin and hair. And there's some really interesting facts about how it contributes to hair color. So brown eumelanin is one type and black eumelanin is the other type. If you have a small amount of brown eumelanin without any other pigments, you get blonde hair. If you have a small amount of black eumelanin without any other pigments, you get gray hair. So this is just a part of how the human body produces different types of hair, right? As you get older, hair does gray, but there's some who are just born with gray, silver hair, and a lot of that's genetics, but a decent amount of it most likely has to do with how the melanin is produced and in what way in the body. Then you have pheomelanin. So pheomelanin is interesting because its color ranges from yellow to like reddish, and it's responsible for the color of the lips, the nipples, the glands of the penis, and the vagina. So it's present in skin, but in specific types of skin. And it's interesting, if you have a small amount of brown eumelanin and some red pheomelanin, you get red and orange hair. And then pheomelanin is also responsible for the pinkish hue of the skin in those who have red and orange hair. So if you notice, if you have friends or you yourself have red or orange hair, you're more likely to have fairly pale skin with some pinkish hue to it, and you can credit that to pheomelanin. So they're both a little different with different ranges of colors, but you can see they work together to help produce some really complex features of the human body. Then we have melanocytes. So the amount of melanin present in the skin is directly related to the amount of melanocytes in the skin itself. So melanocytes are these cells that just produce melanin, and it's found in the lower layer of the dermis. So skin has a handful of layers. You got the surface layer, you got the epidermis, the dermis, and the hypodermis. And in each layer, there's different things, right? You got bulbs of hair that come out of one layer. You have fat that comes out the other layer. And the dermis is interesting because this is where the melanin's produced, in this bottom layer that's here in brown. And like I said, the more melanocytes you have, the darker your skin, and the more eumelanin. The less melanocytes you have, the lighter your skin. And what's interesting about melanin is it absorbs UV rays. So it absorbs UVA and UVB. I'm going to make a video after this about sunscreen and UV. But UVA is what causes aging and wrinkles. So you think A, aging. So it causes aging and wrinkles. UVB causes burning and itching. So you can think B, burning. And the more melanin you have, the less wrinkled your skin gets. If you notice, usually people of color, especially those who have darker color skin, usually tighter and it's less wrinkly as they get older because they have that UVA protection. Remember, UVA protects is what causes aging. Okay, so the more melanin you have, or the more melanocytes you have, the less wrinkles you have over time, which is interesting, and the less wrinkles you get from direct sunlight. Which is why if you have less melanin or lighter colored skin, you burn more easily because your skin isn't as protected from those UVB rays, right? B, burning. So now we're going to do a summary. So eumelanin is present in the skin and hair. Brown eumelanin and black eumelanin are the colors and the types. If you have a small amount of brown eumelanin without any pigments, you get blonde hair. Small amount of black without pigments, you get gray hair. Pheomelanin then is yellow to reddish. It's present on the lips, nipples, vagina, and the penis. Brown eumelanin and some red pheomelanin, you get red and orange hair. And pheomelanin is also responsible for the pinkish hue to the skin of those who have red and orange hair. And they both offer UV protection. And again, the more melanin you have, the more UV you're protected against. So thank you guys for listening and watching. I'll be posting a lot more videos consistently. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm a small channel and I love teaching people how these little things work. If anyone has any suggestions for videos or topics they'd want me to cover, please let me know. I'm going to be making more videos like I said before. And I'll see you guys later with another video. Thanks again.